Welcome back. Our guest today is Shailja Gupta, country head of Red Chillies Entertainment USA. Red Chillies Entertainment is a production house of Shahrukh Khan, and she worked with him hand in hand in many of the movies like Ravan. Welcome to studios, Shailja.
Thank you.
Could you tell us about your experience working with a legendary figure like Shahrukh Khan, particularly the movie Ravan?
Fortunately, I've had a chance to work with him for a very long time. I'd worked with him about 10, 11 years ago. And Ravan, I went to India and I was heading the digital marketing and merchandising. And whatever little I know of him, he's a workaholic. And it's just a delight to work with him because he never thinks of this as work and he has to drag his feet. So working with him is always a learning experience, just not for me, but all the people around. So one of the things that you definitely learn working with him is that one never gets tired. So.
You were known to introduce some latest techniques in social media and especially in the promotion of Ravan in the US and many other parts of the world, which was talked about very highly in the movie industry. That made people ask, who is Shailja in US? She's doing a wonderful job for the promotion. Could you talk about what are the things you did that made people sit up and look the achievements?
Fortunately, Ravan, the movie, lends itself to a lot of new things. It was obviously one of the most expensive and a different kind of a film in terms of a superhero movie. So one of the things that I did was I chased Google for a very long time and we kind of got them on board. They were very excited and we had a tie-up with them. So for the first time, Google India came on board as a marketing partner for the movie, and we did a lot of new things like creating Google Gadget. For that, Shahrukh was very excited and we did a lot of shoots against a green screen, and we created the whole product which Google got it developed from Spain. Apart from that, merchandising and licensing, a lot of films have tried that in India. Some of them have become successful, but with Ravan we took it to a different level. We brought the concept of merchandising in India in a very big way. Rather than just having a t-shirt with a Shahrukh Khan face on it, what Shahrukh wanted to do was create some world-class products. So I actually went down to China and we actually manufacture the goods from there in terms of the toys category. Even in terms of the stationery, we had the best company in India who took the licensing rights, and we created a range of about 60 products which included stationery, action figures, toys, and these kind of things have never been done. Apart from that, I also worked upon a digital comic book. So Shahrukh had written the backstory of the comic book and I developed it into a full-fledged weekly episode digital comic. We also printed 3.5 million I think it was a special edition comic book which was distributed with a newspaper in India, and that has never been done. So these kind of new techniques kind of made people sit up and notice more, even though obviously a film of Shahrukh Khan doesn't really need introduction. And the general marketing itself is a very big deal. But because the film had different aspect to it, he wanted to make sure that everybody knows what kind of film they are going in for. So, and he gave me the freedom to do all kinds of experiment, because that's very important. A lot of the times, there are a lot of creative people who want to do some interesting stuff, but they are bound by limitations. Here, it was just an open slate. Just do whatever you feel like as long as it lends itself to the marketing of the film.
We all know Shahrukh Khan is, number one hero, and he's got fan following all over the world, irrespective of the language, country, or you worked with him closely off the scene. What kind of a personality is friendly, or
with him,
just talk about him?
One good thing is whatever I have learned, because it's never work. It's because he enjoys whatever he does so much that everybody else around him also starts enjoying what you do. And one thing you definitely learn from him is you don't sleep. People just love to work around him. Like, you sleep for 4 hours and you feel fresh. Lot of dedication and passion. One of the things that I saw, and I got a chance to work with him, is that he's passionate about everything, whether it's post-production, when he was working on Ravan, whether it's working with the sound designer, whether it's even working with me on smallest of aspects like a website design. He would give feedback. He would be right there. It's not like, yeah, fine, okay, it's not important, so let me not put effort in it. He would put effort in everything, which I think comes across as whether he's doing brand endorsements, he's doing movies, even if he's doing tours and events across the world. So that's the thing I learned.
See, surprisingly, if you see in India, most of the film personalities are very much into Twitter, Facebook, using the social media in a very big way. That's a development we are seeing for the past couple of years.
Right.
I know that maybe 10 years ago, not many top heroines would know how to operate an email.
Right.
Now everybody has got a Facebook, everybody Twitter, their own web page. And you have a very big thing, the role in WhoSay.com. You're representing India in that world-renowned company. Could you talk about how you try to engage with the Indian celebrities in this particular space?
I think that WhoSay is a brilliant platform for celebrities, because one of the things WhoSay does is it becomes very authentic because it's an invite-only site. And fortunately, Indian celebrities, whether it's film celebrities, politicians, business houses, journalists, all kinds of people, they are becoming very, very aware of what's going on social media. And it's a pretty good platform to connect with, whether it's fans or with other people who share the same interest. And because of celebrities wanting to connect with their fans, WhoSay provides a perfect platform. And what I do is I bring a lot of Indian social media influencers on board. So one of the things is very easy because they are so aware of what's going on. I just reach out to whoever I think would be interested in something like this. All I have to do is send them an email. They look at it. They look at the WhoSay platform, and they just come on board. So there are almost 30 to 40 people from Indian subcontinent who are on WhoSay.
How do they benefit out of it?
One of the things is that WhoSay, the celebrity, when they upload the content, it belongs to them. The other thing is that Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything converges onto one particular page. So when you see a particular star or a celebrity's Twitter feed, which has been updated via WhoSay, when you click on it, instead of it going to some other site, everything converges onto the WhoSay page. So when you go to a celebrity site, there's also the whole thing of you can subscribe to WhoSay, where if you choose your own favorite 5 celebrities, every week or every month you can get what they are doing on social media. Apart from that, they can actually use the platform to promote their movies, events, whatever they want to do. Technically, you can do that with individual social media sites also. But with WhoSay, because it's converging onto one particular platform, a fan can then follow that actor or director or musician and know exactly what they are doing, where they are, and how they want to reach out to the audiences.
Coming back to Red Chillies, what will be your responsibilities and role in the US?
One of the there are a couple of focuses that we have. One is obviously looking for collaborations. Ravan VFX was appreciated worldwide, especially with the international technicians. One of the things we are focusing on with Red Chillies VFX is to try and collaborate on projects. Outsourcing is just one part of it, because as far as Indian technicians are concerned, they have gone beyond just cleaning wires, And VFX, obviously, the main work was done by the Red Chillies team in India. So one of the things I'm looking at doing is meeting as many people as possible and looking at opportunities to evaluate the VFX possibilities. The third thing that we are focusing on is creating content for the digital platform. As I spoke about the social media, creating content for the digital market is the next big thing that everybody is trying to understand, and having a lead on that market will make a big difference to what we are trying to achieve. Especially if you create content specifically for the digital market, then you can have it on your phone, tablets, internet, even if it means YouTube channel or a Hulu or a Netflix. There, what is happening right now is if you go online, movies are getting converted. They are technically not meant for the small medium. Here, what we are talking about is create content for the small medium.
You being a multifaceted personality, you're yourself a filmmaker, you're into content, you're in tech. Now, what do you think about the developments in the Indian film industry? Let's think of it. 35mm still was ruling the roost, and now people still go with that. On the other side, you find a lot of technology where you can shoot a movie with a, with a camera, with a digital camera, and so many technology developments have come. Is it really on par with the US? Are they trying to copy? What's your comment on that?
Whatever little I saw, there is definitely, we are at par in terms of camera, in terms of lot of editing systems, sound systems are getting upgraded. So India is not behind in any manner. Like, the kind of films we make, the kind of production quality that we see. And a lot of young people are bringing in a lot more professional, because a lot of people used to complain. But I think the system in India works just fine. And we make some pretty good products, whether it's Bollywood, whether it's South Indian film industry, even regional film industries. They're really doing some good work, and I think they're using world-class technology. And the way the world is learning, I think we are also learning at par with them. I know a lot of filmmakers who make it a point to buy all the right equipment. The production houses are buying all the right equipment. So I don't think that we are behind it. But we are learning a lot more, and Ravan was one of the biggest examples in terms of learning VFX. We learned a lot from that. There were a lot of foreign technicians who were part of the project, and they taught us. I mean, the way I'm sure the team at Ravan taught them a lot of things, we also keep learning from them.
Is all this technology is really helping the filmmakers in terms of better production, cutting down the cost?
I mean, I think, see, big filmmakers will always make big films. They're used to the more money you have tomorrow. If I'm given an opportunity to make a $2 million film, or $10 million film, I'll be more than happy to make. So, but one thing that has happened is that small-time filmmakers or smaller filmmakers are getting the opportunity to be able to make a movie. Like earlier, how many films you could make in $1 million in India? But today, with the digital cameras and Canon and Red cameras and all, a lot of people can afford to make good cinema with that amount of money.
You're also big time into game design. It's a new concept that's really coming up, and Ravan was set a good standard in India. Could you talk about that role you're playing and what's the future of that game design?
In India, what is happening is that most of the films, they get into the gaming rights. So there are these gaming companies who pitch for the licensing rights. So with Ravan, obviously, there were a lot of companies who were vying for it. And then India Games kind of came on board, and we worked with them. And I was the creative director of that game. We created a plan that the game will be available on all platforms, including DTH, tablets, smartphones, feature phones. And fortunately, it was very well developed by India Games, and it really has created history in terms of the number of downloads. It's been millions and millions. And I'm hoping that because of that, a lot of other filmmakers will also get involved in the game design much before, like maybe 6 months in advance, so that by the time the film releases, they have a really good product on their hands.
But is it accepted in India, the game design? The new games,
Oh, yeah. Lately. It's part of a promotion. Like it started out with, I don't think it has reached a stage where it can offshoot and have a life of its own beyond the films. But I think it's getting there. All filmmakers, producers are understanding the importance. Most of the games that are getting developed are mostly to support the marketing of the movie. Ravan also technically was for that. But fortunately, it was a big success, so it went beyond that. But most of the films even today focus on creating games to promote their film.
So now something personally about you. You are a filmmaker. You produced a movie in the US, which is widely appreciated by all the media, Desi media and American media. Could you talk about your own production?
Yes, I directed the film. I produced the film. And I would love for people to come and watch independent films, but it's a very tough market because unfortunately, I also grew up in that environment where I grew up on a Bachchan and I watch all Khan and Kumar films. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for Indian independent filmmakers in the US to try and get audiences. But fortunately, that's a good start. So I'm hoping that after the first film and the appreciation when I make the second film, because I have created a small name for myself, hopefully it will become a little easier. It was a good effort. It was a very tiresome journey. There were a lot of failures, a lot of struggle. But I guess, once you have that bug in your head, you just have to fulfill it. So I have to make my second one.
Thank you very much for being with us, Shailja. It's so nice having you here. Thank you very much. And wish you all the very best on behalf of our team.
Thank you for having me.
So that was very interesting insight to Shahrukh Khan's plans with Red Chilli Entertainment in US. And I think they call it Red Chillies Digital, and Shailja is heading this company in US to develop business opportunities for Shahrukh Khan as he explores it in the USA. So Prakash, that brings to the end of this week's for Eye on South Asia. We'll be back next week again. This is all that we have for this week on this show. Keep watching us week after week on Eye on South Asia, and you can also check us out on Facebook. I'm Sunil Hali signing off for this week. Have a great weekend. And with me, Prakash Swami, once again, guest and my co-anchor for the show. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.